Are you serious? Are you serious? This is a very disturbing story, but it's one that's quite interesting. And of course, we pray for this man's family as it's a horrible tragedy. But we have to take a look at it. Guys, I'm Pastor Paul Begley, and the Bed Bath Beyond CEO jumped from the 18th floor apartment there in Manhattan after it's been identified that he is involved in about a $1.2 billion insider trading, if you will, charges. Let me just talk about them. It's bank fraud. I'll just tell you about it in a second. But anyway, let's put a shout out right now for www.mypillow.com/Paul. Use the promo code Paul. That's right. www.mypillow.com/Paul. Use the promo code Paul. That's www.mypillow. You know what? My neck no longer hurts after breaking my neck 30 some years ago. Now I sleep comfortably on my pillow. Thank God for such a great Christian company and great American-made product that Mike Lindell and his folks have put together over there at www.mypillow.com/Paul. Use the promo code Paul. They got unbelievable savings. And it's not just the pillows the prices have been reduced, but it's the bed sheets and the towels and the blankets and the pillows and the slippers and then the new slippers and everything else that's coming. It's unbelievable. Are you serious? Are you serious? That's www.mypillow.com/Paul. Use the promo code Paul. Be sure you do that. That's www.mypillow.com/Paul. Use the promo code Paul. You'll be glad. You'll be very glad you did. Okay. Anyway, it's a great product. Wow. Christian company. Family owned. All right. Now, you have a situation here, folks, I think is unbelievable, is that the Bed Bath & Beyond CEO has jumped from a 18th floor window. It's terrible. But according to reports, it took place. The Bed Bath & Beyond executive was facing a $1.2 billion pump and dump stock fraud lawsuit when he apparently leaped to his death from his swank 18th floor apartment there in Lower Manhattan last week. It's a terrible, terrible story. But the again, boy, Bed Bath Beyond has really had a just one problem after another. It's just strange. But and then again, I got thinking about this. I'll read the story here in a bit, but I just got thinking about it because MyPillow was in there. www.mypillow.com/Paul. Use the promo code Paul. They were in there. They were having record sales when all of a sudden they were thrown out of that chain. Now, every major retailer has a right to change products, change vendors, put new people in. That's normal day-to-day operation. I used to sell products in all of these major chains. I went to all their major companies, to their corporate headquarters, met with their buyers, and used to sell little wallpaper borders, actually, in all of these major companies. But the strange thing was the fact that when all of a sudden these companies all dropped MyPillow at the same time, Dollar General, Shop HQ, Mattress Firm, Kohl's, Kroger, BJ's, Wayfair, Bed Bath & Beyond, TSC, the shopping channel, HEB, Affirm, Finger Hut, all these guys. The list goes on and on. They all jumped ship. They all decided that pillow, even though this was the best, in some cases, it was the best product. In Walmart's case, it was the number one best-selling item they had. So you started wondering if you're going to make business decisions, they need to be based on profitability, and they need to be based on business decisions, not personal vendettas or personal feelings. It's different when you're producing a product. You're putting a product out there for the public. It should be based on that. If you and this should be a business lesson for everyone, that if you let your emotions take your better judgment, you will make a mistake. You will certainly make mistakes. So it's kind of weird. But ever since this has happened to these companies, many of them have suffered Target. Many of them have suffered tremendous economic loss. loss of sales, loss of customer base, and loss of stock. And so sometimes it's interesting. Now, I know the market's in a downturn, so maybe there is no connection here at all, but it is interesting. Anyway, Bed Bath & Beyond executive Gustavo Arnal faced a $1.2 billion stock suit when he plunged from a New York City building. The Bed Bath & Beyond executive was facing $1.2 billion pump and dump stock fraud suit when he apparently leaped to his death from his swank 18th floor apartment in Lower Manhattan. Gustavo Arnal, who was the chief financial officer, the CFO of Bed Bath & Beyond, is among the defendants named in this class action suit that accused him, Chewy.com founder Ryan Cohen, and others of artificially inflating the troubled warehouse giant's share price. The class action complaint was filed on August 23rd in Washington, D.C. in a federal court. Alleges that the scheme also involved a classic attempt to spark a gamma squeeze, it's called. The tactic relies on the purchases of stock options and was employed during last year's GameStop stock trading frenzy, according to Motley Fool website. Cohen, who's the chairman of GameStop, came under fire last month for making $68.1 million in profits by unloading part of his stock in Bed Bath & Beyond that reportedly included 7.78 million shares and options to purchase another 1.67 million shares. Now, Cohen's lucrative 56% gain came about 7 months after he first invested in Bed Bath & Beyond. And on August 16th, the same Cohen cashed out. And so did Arnal. Arnal sold 42,513 shares of his Bed Bath & Beyond stock, which was worth more than $1 million. The Market Beat website reported at the time. But on Sunday, Reuters said its calculations showed that Arnal had actually sold 55,013 shares, but didn't say how much he netted. Arnal died Friday in what the police believe was a suicide plunge at 12:20 a.m. in the morning from his apartment there at 56 Leonard Street, which is a skyscraper known as the Jenga building because of the unique exterior, which resembles an uneven stack of blocks. After the disclosure of Cohen and Arnal's stock sales on August 17th, shares in Bed Bath & Beyond have fallen from a record high of $30 a share to right now $8.78 a share. That is a huge loss for the rest of the shareholders. And on August 23rd, this took place. The stock closed this past Friday at $8.63 a share. And I believe that the CFO then committed suicide by jumping from his apartment. But in court papers, the plaintiff there in this lawsuit said she and her spouse bought 8,020 shares of Bed Bath & Beyond at artificially inflated prices between March 25th and August 18th and have now suffered and realized that the market loss of approximately $106,480. So they lost $106,000 in just 6 months because the prices was inflated. So total damages to all Bed Bath & Beyond shareholders who own stock in the company is now $1.2 billion in losses. Other defendants in the lawsuit include J.P. Morgan Securities, which is accused of helping Cohen and Arnal effectuate their sales and otherwise launder the proceeds of their criminal product. Also, Bed Bath & Beyond, which is named as the lead defendant, is accused of making a materially false and misleading statement. On August 18th, Securities Exchange Commission, the SEC filing said, "We're pleased to have reached a constructive agreement with Cohen and the RC Ventures in March and are committed to maximizing the value of all our shareholders." But the suit was first reported by the Daily Mail. Bed Bath & Beyond said in a statement to the Post on Sunday, "We will not comment on litigation and ask that you please respect Mr. Arnal's family and their privacy at this time." And I agree with that. Pray for their family. It's a terrible, terrible situation. that could have been avoided. Absolutely could have been avoided. JP Morgan declined comment, while RC Ventures, which is also named as the defendant, did not immediately respond to requests for a comment either. It's unclear if Mr. Arnell hired a lawyer before his death, and his widow, who was apparently making funeral arrangements on Sunday, of course, did not immediately return a voicemail or reply. And pray for her, okay? In a statement posted on the website, though, Bed Bath & Beyond acknowledged that Arnall's death and said that the company was profoundly saddened by this shocking loss. Gustavo will be remembered by all he worked with for his leadership, his talent, and stewardship of our company, according to the board of directors chairman, Harriet Alderman. So it's a very sad story. And again, you've heard of these situations where the stock market starts falling. Remember back in 1929, of the crash of the market, we know that, some very, very traumatic things happened. People lost lots of money, or maybe most of their wealth. It's a very sad situation, but again, just the weird. I remember when Target made some decisions based on going woke, okay, and a lot of these companies are doing this. They go woke and then they go broke. And when you see these big corporations make these crazy decisions based on some type of ideology instead of based on business realities, and then they turn around within a year and they go broke, it's not good. You're right, Michelle. Michelle just made a comment. She said they throw their gold and silver in the streets. Exactly. It's exactly true. So, again, the Bible tells us that in the day of the wrath of the Lord, that they will throw their gold and silvers in the streets. It's Target made some bad woke decisions and lost about $40 billion in stock. Walmart has suffered greatly, and now they're closing Walmart stores. All of this, all of these Kohl's and some of the others have taken major hits. And that list of people I named, all of which had decided that they wanted to get rid of MyPillow, and they didn't get rid of MyPillow because it was a faulty product. They didn't get rid of MyPillow because it wasn't selling. It was one of the best-selling items they had. But they did it based on their own personal agenda or, ideology, maybe. And again, I don't know why, because I think about this a lot of times because most of your major corporations are buying everything from China, yet they're not upset at China, who's enslaved 2 million Uyghurs in the gulags. They don't throw their products in the street because of how they're mistreating human rights violations on these poor people in China. No. You don't see them throwing Nike's shoes in the street or any of the other massive amounts of Chinese product. You don't see it. Okay? So why throw one of your best-selling items in the street, an American-made company, by the way, all American-made up there in Minnesota? Why throw that product in the street? Not based on performance, not based on quality, but based on your own ideology. And again, I've been saying this for a long time, guys. If you go woke, you will go broke, especially if the decision is contrary to the ethical, when you're making decisions, unethical decisions to get rid of righteous people or righteous companies. Well, if you will make those type of decisions, then what other decisions will you make? And in this case, at Bed Bath & Beyond, it's one thing to throw MyPillow out. I mean, that's their choice. But why you threw it out, that's a bad decision. But because of those decisions, then maybe you make the decision to do inside trading and pump and dump, and then jump from the stock market from here to there. It's not a very good thing to go from $30 a share to $8. And you have to understand, all the other people who are shareholders in the company don't know this is happening. They didn't approve it. This was caught them off guard, and they lose lots of money after putting faith in that company. That's why when I look at a company, I ask myself a lot of questions. Are they American made, or are they primarily everything they do out of America? That's big for me. Number two, I look and see what their mission statement is. I also research who their founders were, who their owners are. And I want to understand the integrity. I'm not saying everybody has to be perfect. I don't have to say I have to agree with everybody's philosophy or what have you. I don't. But I'm saying I do look at that because, it's not what goes in a man that defiles a man, what comes from the heart. And a lot of times that'll tell you a lot. Well, anyway, pray for this family. That's all I want to say. This family really... it's heartbreaking. It's a horrible thing. But we saw this in the 1920s. We're starting to see this again. It doesn't mean everything's going to go to hell in a handbasket. But what I am saying is you do have to watch. And this is why I preach all the time to people that if you put your faith, trust in the Lord with all your heart, lean not to your own understanding. In all your ways, let me say that again, all your ways acknowledge the Lord. He'll direct your path. So it's important if you're out there and you're looking at, property decisions or business decisions. If you own a company, you should put Christ first in that company. You really should. And the principles of the Bible first, and then make decisions that are prudent. And that God and the Holy Spirit will lead and guide you into all truth. So it's, there's an old thing, a preacher who preached the Sunday night the day I got saved. His name was Pastor Roy Shepherd. He was a powerful preacher. He was a really, really great preacher. He had an old saying, it's not everything that shines is gold. Keep that in mind. Look before you leap in this world. I'll be back with some more current world events and how they relate to biblical prophecy, but certainly we're seeing some very interesting situations that are developing. And so it's just really, really sad what's taking place. God bless all of you. I'll be back. Last night was a great Sunday night live broadcast. If you saw it, we had 13 people saved. Had a great crowd. I think 25,000 people has already watched that broadcast from last night on the archives, and that's really, really awesome. And that was 13 were saved last night during the show. I think more have been saved since then in the archives. And God is adding to the church daily such as should be saved. I got a lot more to talk about. There's a ton of stuff going on. I'll be back in a few minutes with more on the coming apocalypse. Are you serious? Are you serious? No. Someone said, wait a minute, you didn't play a song for us. You're right, I didn't. Can I play one then? I will. I'll play you one. I'll play one a little more. I'm a little mellow right now because this was a sad, really a sad story, to be honest with you. It's okay. I'll play a song before we go. Wow. This hurts. I see geese flying high above the water, a child fishing with his father in the rain. I can smell blackberry brandy and chocolate-covered candy. I see a soldier crying on a train, falling asleep, reading Hemingway. And the light under the Tiffany lamp glows all night long as I dream with weary wonder, leaving Earth before the dawn. I walk the lonely streets of Paris. I was lost and so afraid, falling asleep, reading Hemingway. deepness of his weakness. I can taste the brandy sweetness at a roadside Idaho cafe. I can hear old Teddy laughing, Fitzgerald's toes a-tapping to the roaring sounds of yesterday. Falling asleep, reading Hemingway. And the light under the Tiffany lamp glows all night long as I dream with weary wonder, leaving Earth before the dawn. I walk the lonely streets of Paris. I was lost and so afraid, falling asleep, reading Hemingway. And the light under the Tiffany lamp glows all night long as I dream with weary wonder, leaving Earth before the dawn. I walk the lonely streets of Paris. I was lost and so afraid, falling asleep, reading Hemingway. And a shotgun blast echoed across the page, falling asleep, reading Hemingway. Reading Hemingway. You get that song, of course, I recorded it on my brand new music CD, Harmonize and Prophesy. And as you guys know, we not only do we have the CDs, but we now have the flash drives, which I don't have one with me, but you can get the same album on the flash drive. They actually sound great. They sound wonderful. Get the flash drive, just pop it into the computer or into your stereo in your car or your stereo wherever you. So you can get the CD for the CD players you have. You can get the flash drive for other. Some folks are ordering one of each, so they can have them for different things they do. Can listen to the music, to worship, enjoy the music, and be blessed. I'll be back, guys, with more information. Thank moderators for dropping in, everybody, and don't forget the Paul Begley School of Prophecies classes start next Tuesday, September 12th. What? Or is that Monday? September 12th. So, yeah, you don't want to miss this. It's getting started. You go right now to my website. Go right now to the website at paulbegleyprophecy.com and look at go to the School of Prophecy, and you'll see it right there. I think it's under the store. I think if you click there, I don't remember, but look up there and go to the list of all the different classes that are being made available. Pick one or two of those classes. Go ahead and get those ordered, so that we can ship your books to you this week. We want to get them to you so that you'll be ready to go come next week for your classes. All right? There's somebody said, I ordered the CD. I'm waiting to get it. Okay, that's great. It's on its way, because I know a bunch of them went out the door again Saturday, a bunch of CDs and flash drives. So yours should be showing up any moment, wherever you're at. I don't know where you're living, but okay. And also, so get signed up for the, we're only 7 days away from the start of the Public School of Prophecy. Also, if you're going to Israel with us, you should go right now and get signed up for that. You can send an email right now to taratrogler@gmail.com. That's taratrogler@gmail.com. Tell her you're wanting to go to Israel with Paul and Heidi, or at least you're very interested in it, and let her come back to you and help you. The trip is from February 7th through the 17th, 2023. And or you can pick up the phone this probably tomorrow morning, because this is Labor Day, and call 1-800-929-4684. That's 1-800-929-4684, option 2. And somebody will finally get on the line with you. It's pretty busy. Tell them you're wanting to go to Israel with Paul and Heidi Begley in February of 2023, and they'll help you get signed up and get registered. You can give your $300 down payment, get your seat locked down, and then you've got till November 24th to pay in full and get it all ready to go. All right? All right. God bless all of you. I'll be back in a few minutes with more right here on this YouTube version of the coming apocalypse. God bless.